What is up, everybody? I am George Mossey. Please say hello to my co-host Cherona. So this is the TLC Weekly Roundup on the George Mossey Show, and we are talking 1,000 pound sisters. We were talking about this last week, and it was getting pretty crazy when we were talking about it, but we ran out of time. So I am so glad that we have time to talk about this. So we said goodbye to the 1,000 pound best friends last week, and there's so much going on season 4, episode 9 of 1,000 pound sisters. So Tammy has decided to tell her family that after 2 weeks of knowing Caleb and that she's known him for a month now, they're engaged. And not only did she say yes to the proposal, but she's going to get married in 2 weeks in Ohio when her entire family is in Kentucky. And she's like, oh, by the way, y'all need to be at my wedding so I can marry this complete stranger. And I'm doing it in Ohio because my friends are here, and you getting there is kind of your own problem. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to look at it from two different angles because I like to be open minded here on the George Mossey Show. So I was looking at it like Tammy has spent most of her life not being able to have the things that she wanted, especially kids, a boyfriend, a normal life. So now that she has opened these doors through her hard work, I wonder if she feels like this is her chance at everything that she couldn't have. It's just, but then I'm looking at it from her family standpoint where they're like, this is a complete stranger that you don't know, been in this rehab for a year, then all of a sudden, like this 1 month in this whole year, he's like obsessed with you. Right? Like I get the worry from the family, but I also feel bad because Tammy's like, I just want them to feel happy for me. And she's not getting that. But it's like as family, like for me, when it comes to family, I don't feel happy for them as much as I feel worried. And I like try to control them. So as family, we do that. We're always like, don't do that. That's a bad idea. We're never just happy for them because they're our family and we don't want anything bad to happen.
No, I definitely feel that for sure. Like like you said, I see both sides. Like she's finally getting her life. Like she's finally getting it. So she's like, I want to do everything. Like she's hitting the ground
Yes.
running. Like she's like, I want to go shopping. I want to do this. And then I just want to get married really fast, you know? So I see where her family's coming from because if any of my friends were like, hey, I just met this guy like a week ago and we're engaged, but actually we're getting married, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yes.
whoa, what? Like, so I get where they're coming from, and the fact that like she doesn't fully know him. I feel like if they would have made maybe waited like just a couple months to get to know each other, like I think
Hmm.
I don't remember exactly who said. I think it was either Chris or Amanda. They said like you need to wait a little while to see someone's true colors because they're still in like
Yeah.
the very crazy honeymoon stage where they're just like infatuated with each other, but you need
Yep.
to like see how you work together for like a little bit longer. But if it makes her happy and this is how she wants her life to go and this is what she thinks is right for herself, I mean, everyone's being supportive. And like Chris said, like I'm not going to do nothing until you make me do something.
Well, I don't know. I see the angles from where the family is coming from because
Oh yeah.
Caleb is working towards weight loss surgery. And
Mm-hmm.
he's been there for a year. So is Tammy. And Tammy has, moved mountains in that year. And it's like Caleb doesn't look like he's close to being ready for his surgery. I don't know that, but it just seems like because he said that he coded a few times while he was there, meaning that he was dying on the table and they saved him. And I'm just like, are they in the same place in their journeys? And I think that's what's hard for me because Tammy is in a very great place in her life. She is happy. She is doing things. She is walking. She's trying on wedding dresses. She is living a life that she didn't think she was going to be able to live. So I get that. But where are they journey wise and are they compatible? Because she wants him to leave with her. But I don't think Tammy has that much longer in the rehab facility. So how would he get to his goal weight? Have surgery and then recover in that short amount of time. Like I feel like love is clouding her thought process, right? She's not even seeing straight and thinking clearly because she's literally so infatuated with someone who's so infatuated with her. And I love this for her. I love the fact that she has someone who is literally in awe of her presence and loves her. Everyone deserves that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like with Chris and Amanda too, because I'm like, who is this guy? And like you don't even know anything about him. Like I feel like I've had friends for years and I still learn things about them. Like
Oh
we'll go
yeah.
out and do things and we'll go on a trip together. And I'm like, I didn't know that about you. Like you still are learning things. So it's like I love Tammy that she's happy, but I'm just as worried as the family. And I feel like everybody at home is worried too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you really need, I don't feel like you know someone fully till you really live with them or travel with them. There's
Yeah.
just so many other experiences. Like, yes, they live in the same facility, but they don't live together one on one. And like you
Nope.
said, their journeys seem very different. Like Caleb is not talking about, like, yes, he wants the surgery, but he doesn't have like a set date. Like we don't
Right.
know, like, Tammy's about to get her trach taken out. Like she's about, she's ready to go home and just continue on her journey. And if she's still continuing on her journey, it's kind of going to be more difficult for her to be focusing on him and when he
No.
has to recover from stuff, when she still has to be doing what she needs to do. So I just hope that he sees her as like his motivation, but at the same time, like I don't see him leaving with her because he's still
No.
like she had to recover the same way. Like she knows it's going to take, like she understands what it's going to do to his life because she's living it now. So it's either they're going to be married and then he's going to stay in the facility, or if he comes
Mm.
home, like how, I don't understand how that's going to fully work. I hope it works, but like you said, like it's a scary time for her, and I know that she's like so infatuated and she's like probably just so in love and just wants to do this, but I hope that it doesn't bite her in the end.
I agree. Love doesn't have an expiration date. It's always going to be love. Okay,
Mm.
now I want to talk about this phone call that Tammy had with Amy. She wants Amy to be her maid of honor, which it makes sense because Tammy, Amy's maid of honor, and she actually planned the whole wedding. She did the decorations. She chose the cake. The whole ambiance of the situation was all Tammy. So it's return the favor. When somebody does a favor for you, you return the favor. And Amy reluctantly was like, well, you're my sister and you're my family. So if you ask me to do something or you ask me to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. She doesn't really feel like this is the best idea in the world, but she's like, I'm going to get the dresses. I'm going to get the decorations. I'm going to come up with the seascape, and everything that we can have for you to have this perfect wedding. But she was like, if I get there and he's weird, like you're not marrying anybody. And I'm just like, I feel Amy on that. It's like if you get there and you get like a horrible feeling, like no way. And then when they got there, it was kind of like a staring session. Like they stared him down. Like I call it a side eye session. Like as soon as they came in and they sat down and everybody was just like it was a side eye session. They were like, I don't know this dude and I don't like this dude, and I'm gonna figure out what all this is. They were just like, whatever's going on in here, we're gonna figure this out. It's so normal for family to feel that way because I was thinking about it and I was like, I'm the same way. My sister has been married 3 times, and every time I met each guy, I hated them. But it's not because they were horrible. But it's not because of that. It was only because I love my sister and I don't want anything to happen to her, and I don't want anyone who's weird or bad anywhere near her. So I was like, I totally get how Chris feels. Chris was like, I'm going to have to chew him out and make sure that this man understands that this is my sister and I will literally do anything to protect her. And I feel like Caleb got a little nervous. He was a little scared. He's like, they can put it into this. And Tammy is like, y'all got to chill because you're going to scare him away. And I feel her on that too, because it's like, family can definitely push people away because they come on too strong. And it's like, yeah, my family loves me. You love your family, but you push away the person that you love from them. And it's like, now they're alone. So it's like, you love me so much. Now I'm alone. That's how Tammy looks at it. Like, y'all love me so much, but you're going to make me alone. Like, chill out a little bit.
Yeah, totally. I get that because families can be very overwhelming. But I think that what Caleb doesn't understand and what Tammy doesn't maybe want to see is that they have been there every time that she has almost died. They have been
Yeah.
there for her every time that she was almost at her goal and didn't reach it. They have been there for her through thick and thin. So they want to make sure that everything is going to go off perfectly for her because they don't want to see anything happen to her. That's their little sister. Like I would do that for my little sister. I'd do that for my friends. Like you want to make
Yeah.
sure that your family and your friends are taken care of by the person that they're saying I do to, because Tammy wants to spend the rest of her life with this man. So I get where Chris is coming from. I get where they all are coming from. So we're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, I just really want it to go well for her, but I really hope that Caleb still, I feel like his mindset's a little different than Tammy's is because he's not in the same, like we said, the
Yeah.
same part of his journey. And I hope that it doesn't like make her relapse or something because, and I want her to not just focus on making him better because I know a lot of times, people will try to, help their significant other to make them better, and they forget about themselves. And Tammy
Yeah.
really needs to remember that she needs to put herself first, regardless, like point blank, period. Put yourself first, girl. We need to get you out there shopping. We need to get you driving a car. We need to get you to get that, like she can't do all that stuff if she's too busy
Yes.
worried about someone else. So I
I
really
know.
want it to work out for them, but I want her to still remember that she is the main person that she needs to be thinking about.
Yes, she is still Queen Tammy. She's
Yes.
always gonna be the queen bee, is what the family say. It's Tammy, what Tammy wants, when Tammy wants it, while Tammy wants it, right at that moment. Don't
Hmm.
lose that energy, because just because you found Caleb and you want to make sure that he's okay, because like Chris said, you don't want to be taking care of him, right? He needs to be taking care of you. And yes, you can take care of each other, but it should
Yeah.
never be just you taking care of him. Like, you got to be Queen Tammy. You have to stand for what you want and put yourself first. And I kind of wanted them to like take Tammy out after she hit her goal weight and go clubbing and let her just organically meet a man, right? Like, just
Yeah.
organically see what was out there. Cause I feel like this is too premature. She's about to be smaller and in a new body and looking amazing. And then she's going to be married. She can't even go out and have fun. Like, I wanted her to get to go out and organically meet people, and just vibe with people and see how she felt. Now that she's going to do this now, even before she's at her lowest weight, she's already going to be married and hitched. And I'm like, Tammy, that's not fair. You deserve to go out and club, meet people, and do all types of stuff. And speaking of, Amanda thinks that this rushed wedding is because Tammy might be pregnant. Now, Amy thinks that it's impossible, but Chris was like, "Where there's a will, there's a way." If it's a will, they might have figured out some type of way to make that happen, and that really is bothersome because we know Amy is in that same situation. She had her surgery and then had a baby, then turned around had another baby, and it put a halt to your progress, and it puts a halt to your body healing. And Tammy has a trach, and Tammy is at a different weight than Amy was, so could her body even handle a pregnancy? And I know how much she wants a child, and I want her to have that so bad, but I want her to be healthy and to do it in a time where it won't put her at risk. So I'm really worried about that because that would explain such a fast track wedding and a fast track relationship, because she already said before she even knew Caleb existed that she was ready to have a baby. So if that's going on in her mind, she's happy, but everybody else is a little worried because she just has so many health things going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a blessing if she is pregnant, but for her, the sake of her body and her healing and her recovery and her journey, I hope that they just pump the brakes a little bit and wait for
Hmm.
the baby. Like, they're already doing the shotgun wedding.
Right?
So, I mean, let's just hold off on the baby for now, and make sure that, her and Caleb really vibe and that everything actually works out before they bring
Hmm.
another person into this world, and that her body, like you said, could her body handle pregnancy right now? We don't even know that.
We
Like,
don't
the
know.
doctors and her they haven't even talked about that yet. So
No.
we need to know if that's something that her body can handle, so that she can be healthy and that her baby can be healthy. So I hope, I mean, like I said, a baby is a blessing, but I hope that they wait a little bit longer so that they're able to make sure everything is safe, that the baby is healthy. I think Amy was a little bit further out in her journey. I mean, it was still quick, but she was a
Hmm.
little further out than
Yeah.
Tammy now. Like, Tammy still has the trach, like you said. So we
Yeah.
still need her to get to a smaller weight and to be a little bit more, healthier. Her body needs to still recover because she's like fresh out of the surgery.
Yes.
Like, yes, Amy was fresh, but not this fresh.
Not this fresh. All right, guys, that's all that happened. This was season 4, episode 9, 1,000 Pound Sisters. This season is just crazy. I am like in awe of the craziness going on, and I feel like I'm part of the family. I feel like I'm like the honorary brother, because every time I learn more about Caleb in the situation, I'm like, no, not happening. Tammy, I'm about to call you, and then I realize I don't have her number. All right, guys. I'm George Mossey. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at George Mossey, georgemossey.com, and anywhere you get your podcast. Please follow my co-host Cherona too. Her links are right here at the bottom. We will talk to all of you guys next week for next episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters. Talk to y'all really soon.